large group of elected Democrats tried to overturn what was a free and fair election. They were insurrectionists. The group included Congressman Jamie Raskin, Pramila Jayapal, Barbara Lee, Sheila Jackson Lee, Maxine Waters, Jim McGovern, others. And then, on the basis of no evidence whatsoever, Nancy Pelosi promoted the dangerous conspiracy theory that the election had been, quote, hijacked by a hostile foreign government, Russia. Then, on January 13th, 2017, because we kept track, Democratic Party holy man John Lewis declared that Donald Trump was not the legitimate president. Talk about breaking our norms. Then, not surprisingly, on Inauguration Day, the Democratic Party's militia descended on Washington. Hundreds of rioters committed vandalism, overturned cars, at one point lit a limousine on fire. Most of the violence was concentrated in Franklin Square, that's just down the street from the Capitol. 6 police officers were seriously injured by the rioters. They threw bricks and trash cans. In all, 200 of Nancy Pelosi's forces were arrested. It took 5,000 National Guardsmen to quell the violence. That would be the first of many riots the Democratic Party encouraged during the Trump administration. Now, if you're wondering if any of that actually happened, you're seeing it on your screen, and you may be wondering, since no one's mentioned it since it happened, you can look it up, because it's all on video. In retrospect, what's interesting, though, is how the Justice Department responded to all this violence. No one at DOJ opened a criminal investigation into Nancy Pelosi, or no way into John Lewis for sparking the riots. And that was never even under consideration, because at the time this was America. Political speech is not a crime in America. It has never been a crime in America. Even if extremists use your words to justify their violence, you cannot be arrested for their deeds because we have a First Amendment. Political speech is sacrosanct, period. The Supreme Court has ruled on this many times. It's at the very heart of our system. It is why this is a free country. But in the single most radical move, perhaps, of the entire Biden administration, the Attorney General Merrick Garland has decided to change this. The Washington Post is reporting that the Justice Department is investigating former President Donald Trump as part of a criminal probe into January 6th. Now, that may confuse you, since Trump did not commit any act of violence on January 6th. In fact, he publicly urged his voters to, quote, stay peaceful. When they entered the Capitol building, he told them to go home. That's all on public record. But according to Merrick Garland, Donald Trump is still liable for every single one of his supporters' crimes that day. Donald Trump's speech is violence. That's the new rule. Your speech is violence. But here's the thing. That rule applies only to you, to opponents of the Democratic Party. Supporters of the Democratic Party can still say whatever they want. So what we have here is not just infuriating or hypocritical. It's worse than that. It's the definition of selective justice.